Hi, my dear children. I welcome all of you to English class. How are you all? Fine? Okay, good. I'm very happy to hear all are safe at home. What about the task of the last class? Did you complete it? Was that easy for you? Okay, good. In the last class, we read a beautiful story. Story of a poor farmer. Who was the hero in that story? Do you remember his name? Right. Lenjo. Lenjo was that farmer. What happened to his crops? His crops were completely destroyed by the hailstones. So what did he do? Right. He decided to write a letter to God. We have seen another letter written by Jawaharlal Nehru to his daughter Indira. It was really an inspiration for Indira. Have you ever received a letter? No. Why? What's the reason? Nowadays, we don't have the habit of writing letters. Then, how do you contact with your friends? Don't you have WhatsApp groups? Don't you ring up to your friends? Right. We have various other multimedia before us. Now, we are going to study a small poem titled I Wrote Myself a Letter. What's the title of the poem? I wrote myself a letter. It's a very small poem and it's also very simple. Shall we go through the poem? Are you ready? Okay. While I am reading, you please underline the unfamiliar words. Okay. Please have a look at the textbook. Take the page number 50.
I wrote myself a letter. I wrote myself a letter. I mailed it right away. And sure enough, the carrier delivered it today. I couldn't wait to get it. I nearly had to shout. I quickly tore the envelope and pulled the letter out. I anxiously unfolded it. But now, I must concede, I'm clueless as to what it says. I haven't learned to read.
Did you like the poem? Did you understand anything? Shall we read once again? Right. While I am reading, please read along with me. Okay? I wrote myself a letter. I wrote myself a letter. I mailed it right away. And sure enough, the carrier delivered it today. I couldn't wait to get it. I nearly had to shout. I quickly tore the envelope and pulled the letter out. I anxiously unfolded it, but now I must concede I am clueless as to what it says. I haven't learned to read. Did you enjoy the poem? Right. You might have underlined certain new words. Some unfamiliar words are there. Which are those words?
Deliver. To take goods, letters, etc. to a person. Carrier. A person or thing that carries something. Unfold. To spread open something that had previously been folded. Anxiously, feeling worried or nervous. Clueless, not having any idea about, not able to understand. Concede, to admit that something is true.
Did you like the poem? Did you understand anything? Who is the speaker in this poem? Right, speaker in this poem is the poet himself. The poem begins, I wrote myself a letter. Usually, one does not write a letter to oneself. Do you send messages to yourself? No. Then, what made the poet to write a letter to himself? What may be the reason? The poet actually craving to receive a letter from somebody. But unfortunately, he is not getting any. So what did he do? He wrote himself a letter. After writing, what did he do? Did he keep it there on the table? No. He posted the letter. He says, I wrote myself a letter. I mailed it right away. After writing, he posted the letter and he is eagerly waiting to get the letter. It's quite funny, isn't it? Shall we read the first four lines once again? I wrote myself a letter. I mailed it right away. And sure enough, the carrier delivered it today. He says, I couldn't wait to get it. I nearly had to shout. I quickly tore the envelope and pulled the letter out. See, it's really funny. The letter which he has written is eagerly waiting to get the letter. As soon as getting the letter, what did he do? He opened the cover and pulled the letter out to read what is there in it. Right? When we come to the end of the poem, he says, I anxiously unfolded it. Unfolded. Okay, he opened the letter. For what? To read what is there in it. Then he says, but now I must concede. I must admit. But now I must admit. What? I'm clueless as what it says. I don't have any idea about what it says. And I haven't learned to read. He says, the letter which he has written, he is not able to read now. It's really funny, right? Why did the poet wrote a letter to himself? What's the reason? Because he doesn't have any friends to write letters. In Lenjo's story, we read one sentence. Lenjo is asking to God, don't send me the mail through the post office because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Lenjo here gives his reason to God for not sending his letter through the post office. Here is a little boy, Nikhil. He is also just like that, always gives some reasons for his actions. When late to school, he would say, I'm late because I missed the bus. Like that, he gives reasons for all his action. Let's meet that boy. Take the page number 60. There you can see that naughty boy Nikhil. You can see what happened to Nikhil in one column and why it happened in the other. Write in the space provided the reasons he gave using because. See the first picture. There you can see Nikhil is walking in the rain. In the first column, it's written, "My books got wet," and you have to write the reason. What can you write there? You can write, "My books got wet because it rained." Or you can write, "My books got wet because I forgot to take my umbrella." Like that, you have to give your own reasons. Like that, you can see two more pictures there, two more actions. And it's written, "I screamed." Can you give the reason for his scream? I hope you can fill in that blanks. Okay.
Children, do you like to see some flowers? Right, we all love flowers. What's the color of these flowers? You are right, these are white flowers. Aren't they beautiful? Right, all the flowers are beautiful. How many flowers are there? You are right. You can see 3 red rose flowers. Children, do you love to see some birds also? Right, look at these birds. What are their size? What do you feel? Are they big or small birds? You are right, they are small, beautiful birds.
Now, look at the sentences about this picture. Do you find anything special in it? Do you see any shape in the arrangement of the words? Right, you can see shape of a pyramid. Certain words are added to a head word. These words tell us more about the number, size, and color of the object. We can see these words describe the head word. We call them adjectives. Adjectives or describing words. Adjective is a word which qualifies a noun and adds something to its meaning. Children, you can see that column given on page number 53. What you have to do? You have to find describing words and you have to fill that column. ഈ ചാർട്ടിൽ നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്ര ഡിസ്ക്രൈബിംഗ് വേർഡ്സ് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ച് ഈ ചാർട്ട് ഫില്ല് ചെയ്യണം. ഓക്കെ. In the same page, you can see one story. What you are asked to do there? Certain words are underlined. You have to add a describing word before the underlined words. For example, first sentence നോക്കിക്കേ കുട്ടികളെ. A sparrow laid small eggs. There, sparrow is underlined and eggs also is underlined. Before sparrow, you have to add one describing word. How you can describe a sparrow? You can add a mother sparrow. Like that. See there, small eggs. You have to add one more adjectives for eggs. Okay. You can write small white eggs. Like that, you have to add more describing words before the underlined words. Hope you can do that. Look at the pictures given below. See the first one. What do you see in the picture? A woman is waiting for the bus. And again, see the next picture. What do you see now? The bus is coming. What did the woman do when the bus came? When the bus came, the woman got into it. Now, look at the pictures given below. Some sequence of pictures are given there. Read and understand the question and you have to write answers for the questions. Now, see the first one. Are the signals turned on? The answer is given there in the textbook itself. No, the signals are not turned on. What do you see now? The signals are turned on. When did the vehicle move? The vehicle moved when the signals were turned on. What is the dog doing? The dog is sitting. What did the dog see? The dog saw a cat. Look at the sentence. Lencho went to the post office earlier than usual. The word early has two other degrees, earlier and earliest. Like that, you have to find out other degrees of the word. Young, younger, youngest. Slower, that word is given there. Slow, slower, slowest. Like that, can't you fill in that blanks? Look at the vehicles shown in the pictures and compare them using the words in the box. See the first one, bigger. A car is bigger than an auto rickshaw. Faster. A car is faster than an auto rickshaw. Like that, you have to compare these vehicles using these words: heavier, lighter, slower, smaller. I hope you can do that. Children, did you enjoy the stories and poems in this unit? Did you like the story of Lencho? It was the story of a man who has unfailing faith in God. Hope you enjoyed the birthday letter written by Jawaharlal Nehru to his daughter Indira. And then the poem I Wrote Myself a Letter. Poor thing, he hasn't learned to read. Now, a task is left for you. What is it? It's given on page number 64. You have to do some editing. Can you do it? It would be better if you could complete the task and send it to your teacher. It's time for me to conclude the session. Thank you for your patient watching. Stay safe. May God bless you all. Thank you. Bye.